Hello, and welcome back to Weekly Rapid Chess. This is episode 16, and before I begin, I really do have to apologize. Last week was supposed to be episode 16, but I was just extremely busy, and there was actually nothing I could do to get the episode through. It was just too late in the day. But anyway, we're gonna start playing today, and my rating is 1146, so if you have noticed, it is a little bit higher since the last episode, because I've been playing some games, off camera. But I didn't want to play another game, because if I win again, that will be my new peak rating. And I wanted to make sure I get that on camera, just for, showing my progress purposes. But if I lose, that will be funny too. Anyway, let's begin, without further delay. We are playing as black here. My opponent goes e4, so I'm immediately going to go c6. Okay, he's playing this opening very fast. He's immediately trading the pawns. And he's dropping the bishop back. Okay. We're gonna stop his knight from coming in here and doing anything funny. And this is a good move here. But my knight and my queen are there. I think I'm just gonna develop the bishop, honestly. If he takes, I'll take with the knight. If he takes with the bishop, I'll take with the queen. I do want to keep the center pawn there. Okay. He's obviously pinning my pawn here. I should probably castle. I'll do that. Get out of the pin. My opponent came running at me with a knife in this opening. I could trade knights here, and then trade queens, but I'm not 100% sure I want to do that. I don't really see much of a reason why not, though. I want to see if I can get a knight here or something. Can I get it to attack with the bishop, this square? No, we'll drop the knight back, and we'll see if we can put it over here. Okay, he is... now he's attacking the knight and the bishop, but the bishop is undefended, so we have to move this back. Now he's probably going to take the knight. If he does that, I'll take back with the queen, because I don't want to move pawns in front of my king. I've lost way too many games because I've moved pawns in front of my king, and then I just got absolutely harassed. Okay. I can put my knight here, and then he's going to have to move something to avoid losing his rook to my bishop. Well, actually, no, his knight is over here, which guards it. But then, yeah, after we follow this up with a pawn move, unless he, kicks out my knight or something, I think we'll be in good shape. I'm anticipating this. Oh, no, he doesn't do this. Okay. Now we'll kick out his knight. And then we should have this pawn to ourselves. And now this move is too late, because if we take, and he takes, we get another knight. And then we'll just be completely winning after that. I think the best move for him... Okay, like I said, this is a mistake. Because after this... If he takes my knight, well, first of all, this is still threatened, right? But his knight is also threatened now. So, if he takes my knight, he loses 2 knights and only gets 1. This would be a winning trade. Yeah, see? Look, we're up 3 points of material, and all he got was a pawn out of that. And, I want to get some sort of attack going on this pawn now. This pawn is okay. Let's play the knight here. Attacking this pawn, the rook will come in, and also this is just threatening a fork as well. This is looking like a pretty solid position right now. Also, especially being, up a piece, that helps. I'm wondering if I take this pawn here and he takes the queen, takes with the queen, and I take back with the rook. That wouldn't be good for him. So I'll take the pawn. Okay, and now he moves the rook. He's definitely trying to go for counterplay right now with the rook and the bishop staring at the square. Now I can get my knight out of the way and defend at the same time. That's pretty good. At some point we can get some more actions on the light squares. Ideally with this bishop here. No, we're gonna go threaten his rook, annoy him, and get time to play this move. And we're gonna see if he can spot that the fact that my bishop is on this nice long diagonal. We're going to move it 2 squares. Maybe Because I feel like if I move it 1 square, my motive becomes very obvious. Maybe if I move it 2 squares, he'll think I'm trying to attack on the other side. But I have a feeling he's going to see this. I'll play this little tricky move here. That went by really fast, too. We both played that quite quickly. Almost felt like it was a blitz game, almost. Okay, he moves the rook. This is good. I still want to try and go for a check. Just check him. To be annoying. That was very nasty of me. This knight is also under attack, so I'm gonna need to deal with that in a second. Hold on, check. Where does he run? He could run here. He could run here, but then I move my rook again somewhere, and it's just check immediately, and I would move it here. So I check his queen. So I think he can move there. And the bishop checks. You know what? Why not? Maybe he'll make a mistake here. And also, if he takes with the queen, I can just take with any piece. Oh! Guys, this is mate, right? Check. He can't take the knight because it is defended with the queen. And there we go. That was quite a fast game, honestly. I'm pretty glad. Wow, my opponent was significantly higher rated than me. 1166, and I was 1146, so 20 points difference. So we won quite a bit of rating there. 11 points, and yeah, that felt like a really good game. Apparently the computer says I missed some things. So definitely still worth taking a look at, which is what I'm going to do now. Okay, we are here with the analysis. The analysis is loaded. I thought I played a pretty good game, but clearly the computer disagrees. 50 and 67.6 accuracy for each of us. My opponent played like a 600, I played like a 950, which is not great considering we're both 1100. Yeah, and I missed some things, so this is a good opportunity to review. I'm gonna take a nice hard look at this, and I'll try to analyze it nicely for you guys. Okay, so now it's time to go in depth and analyze this game here. So as we saw, my opponent played e4, and I immediately responded with c6. I did also note how quickly he was playing this opening, which was pretty funny. Anyway, now most of the time when you play the c6 move, a lot of people will immediately go with 2 pawns at the center, which is what you should do, arguably. Gain all the center space you can. But this move allows me to just immediately target his bishop, and after some trades, he's forced to move his bishop somewhere, and he wastes time doing this. Now, I don't exactly follow it up with the best move either. After I play this move here, apparently I'm supposed to develop a bishop, but either way, this is okay. I'm trying to just get my trying to get my regular Caro-Kann structure in. This is good from my opponent developing the knight, and he's already controlling the center. Usually with the Caro-Kann, you're trying to trade off your opponent's center pawns, especially when they put 2 of them in the middle. But over here, he's trying to fight for that center space, which is very good on him. So I immediately throw my own knight in there. He castles, and I throw my other knight. And this is looking pretty good, although the computer says my opponent has an advantage. I have some pawns in the center, and his bishop is staring at a brick wall, and his knight can't really go anywhere. Those squares are blocked off as well. But then he plays this move, and this is a pretty interesting move, although the computer doesn't say it's very good. I would say at the low level this is fine, because honestly, this caused problems for me. I wasn't exactly sure what to do, and I instead developed a bishop, and now this pawn goes in and trades off my good center pawn, and I'm slowly losing my influence there. I take back with the knight, because I was not very happy with kind of exposing my king with this taking here to rooks and queen checks and stuff. So I take back with the knight, and he moves his rook in. This is apparently a little bit of an inaccuracy, but it's not the end of the world for my opponent. I castle out of the way, and we're even. It's been even, and it is even. Here he offers a knight trade, but I was not happy with this. Instead, I wanted to go here, reroute the knight to one of these squares, and get an attack on this pawn with the bishop, which is what I proceeded to do. And after this move, offering another trade of knights, and also simultaneously attacking the bishop, I move the bishop back, and computer says this is a bad idea. Computer actually wants me to trade the knights here, and the rook takes back after, and this is to remove the attacker on the bishop. But either way, he doesn't trade here, and this isn't great, because now I can start attacking, although the computer wants me to attack with the pawns and push his knight away. And at this moment, he makes a very big blunder. He doesn't realize that the knight is here, and the bishop is here, because now, with this move, I kick out his knight. And this is the one knight that's stopping this massive attack from barreling down, because it defends that pawn, but now the knight is forced away. However, he doesn't move the knight. He sees that the knight is defending, and he doesn't move the knight, but this isn't the best move either, because now, as we saw, after the trades, I am up a knight, because there were two knights in that, diagonally adjacent to each other, and the pawn just eats them all up, while over here there was only one knight. So it's just a simple counting, and I am up a knight after this moment. He does regain the pawn, so he's got 3 pawns and a knight. I have 2 pawns and 2 knights. But this is a winning position for me, completely winning. And I start immediately going in. I'm trying to fork here. I'm also, not really threatening this bishop. I'm not really trying to trade. Even though I could, if you're up material, you should trade down to, minimize your opponent's counterplay abilities. But over here, I was just trying to go in for the kill. The king was pretty weak. All these pawns, doubled. And yeah. Anyway, he moves the king up, and I snag another pawn. And he moves his rook here, and this doesn't look fun. Like, computer obviously says I'm still winning, but I don't know if there's a way for me to hide these computer lines, but anyway, I'll draw them in a different color here. This does not look fun. The bishop and the rook here looking at my pawn, not great. So I move my knight back to defend, although the computer says there's a better way. Anyway, and over here, there's a little mistake. Computer says there's mate in 6, but I'm not finding that. I'm not finding a mate in 6. And I instead go and I attack a rook. And I'm thinking I can move this pawn, and maybe I'll catch him with a funny little, pin attack, skewer attack. I forget the term. I should remember this. Anyway, he moves his rook out of the way, and I push the pawn up. He does spot the fact that his rook would be hanging if he didn't do anything about it, so he moves the rook to attack this knight, which now actually has 2 attackers on it, and only 1 defender. So I need to do something about this knight, or else I am in big trouble. I do end up giving the check with the bishop anyway, and his king moves here. There's a mate in 3, and I probably could have calculated this out, but I did not see anything. Although I should have. I mean, you could tell that the king is slowly getting closed off, especially after that bishop move. The queen and other bishops will come in, so there has to be some kind of checkmate here, and there is. Actually, let's see it right now. After the bishop check, queen comes in. And yeah, like I said, the light squared bishop, this bishop, and the queen. That's a pretty funny checkmate. It's almost like a diagonal ladder. Also, this knight just covers this square. Forgot to mention that. But yeah, that is quite a nice checkmate. Let's go back over here, though. I instead go for this rook check, and my opponent really only has one good option here, because if he goes here, he just gets immediately checked again, and he'll lose a queen or something. But he chooses the worst option here, very unfortunate, because now it is simply just mate in 1. The rook covers these 2 squares and is defended by the knight, and the king can't even take the knight to escape because it is defended by the queen. And despite the bishop being here and everything, the king can't take the piece if it would be checked, because that is an illegal move, even if you are defending it. But yeah, that is how the game ended. It was quite a quick game compared to one of the last episodes I remember went up to almost 30 minutes. This one might be a little bit shorter. But either way, yeah, new peak rating, 1157. Very happy with that. Why wouldn't I be? And yeah, hopefully I'll continue progressing and getting some more wins. Always good to win. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Check out the playlist below if you want to see more content like this. And I'll see you next time.